Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Formation Rotation, and this week it's going to be 4-2-2-2. Yeah, 4-2-2-2. So first of all, I'd like to give a massive thank you to FIFAcointraders.com. Their link is in the description if you want reliable coins. So go and check them out. Also, a lot of people did complain about the first formation we started off with last week. It was 5-2-2-1. For this I will not apologise because it was a fucking awesome formation. Not only do you win games, not only do you really upset your opposition, but you become a right obnoxious cunt with it. And it was a really good formation, so I'm really glad we did have a rundown for it. A lot of people give different opinions as well in the formations they wanted to see. And what other comments did they put? Yeah, just like their opinions and experiences with different formations. And I'd also like to see this continued on this week's episode if possible, guys. So yet again, if you lot have used 4-2-2-2 and are still currently use it, or have never used it and want to, then feel free to let me know as well. So first of all, I'm going to go through a squad builder with you, which we have built the team with. Some of you may swap up the players and stuff like that, but because we are aiming for sticking, we're not going to duplicate players. So if we've used one guy in a 5-2-2-1 team, you'll not see him again in this 16 episode series, unfortunately. But we're going to try and mix up, get a few new players in there over the time, and hopefully you'll be building some of the hybrids over the weekend and trying and testing them for me. So as per usual, this team will be tested in Division 1. 4 games, in fact, that's how many we get given, and then we'll be able to still see if this formation is good and tell you what we do notice about it. So let's crack on with the goalkeeper, and it's one of the most overpowered goalkeepers on the game for a quite cheap price. Let's set the parameters. I think we should be able to just set it up as a formation to 4-2-2-2, and it is Machete. There is an informed version of him, or is there? I think there's an informed version of him, 85 rated. I might be wrong. Pretty sure I'm right. But if not, this guy is the second best keeper in the Serie A. He has only Buffon, really, who's better than him. So yeah, Machete you'll be able to pick up for around 2k. Between 1 and 2k, I reckon. Now, we've had him for a long time. And that starts off the team. Moving on into centre-back, it's another overpowered guy, and it is Gambarini, 78 pace Italian centre-back from Napoli. And then in the right-back, we have a silver, and it is Pisano, 92 pace. He plays for Cagliari. That's it, I think. Oh shoot, my names. I do apologise for this. Do apologise. CDM is not a silver. He is a gold, and it is going to be a Belgian Serie A for the same team. And this guy's name is Nangolan. He is originally a centre midfielder. We have bought him down in a DM, so we bought him in 4-2-2-2, and also in a DM, so it cost us 2.3. Pretty sure you lot could pick him up for cheaper, but his stats are fucking crazy for a non-rare. 84 pace, 83 dribbling, 71 shooting, so it's not bad for a long shot in at CDM, and also 79 passing, 75 defending as well. So he has 4-star weak foot and 4-star skills as well. Really good player. I've used him before in my Belgium squad builder, and a lot of people didn't know him then, but I recommend just having a play with him, maybe in a Serie A cheap team or something like that. Moving on into the DM other spot, it is Fellaini, the most overused DM in the BPL. Basically, a lot of people will have him if you have a BPL team. You might have the normal one, you might have the inform, you may have the second inform. Has he got a third inform? I don't know. I need to do more research on Fellaini. Yeah, anyway, back down to the centre-back, it is Kompany, and then finishing off the defence is Gael Clichy. So there we have a pretty solid defence. The only really weak link I see there is a silver guy, but to be honest, his pace should really deal with a lot of problems, especially with wing abuse from the opposition. So now moving on to the attacking position, and then we'll have a talk through the 4-2-2 formation and what I did notice about it over the games I did play. So the first cam on the right hand side is going to be Emmanuelson. He does have a transferred card version at Fulham, but unfortunately if you wanted this you couldn't have him in the team. So you got to go with the AC Milan version, and it's the same for the striker, who is Alexandre Pato. He is also a transferred version. He is at Corinthians. So we've gone with the AC Milan version. He does get a strong link there. So moving on to the cam, we have gone with Wesley Sneijder, the Galatasaray version, and then the striker to finish off the team is Yilmaz. Catgun Tom does rave about him all the time. We have tried him. This is the upgraded version of him as well. He was, I don't know what it was, 70, maybe an 80 rated, I think. But we've just went and bought the 82. So this has been the first time we have actively used him in a team. So there's the team finished and done with. So now I'm going to talk about some of the negatives I found with 4-2-2-2. If you look in the midfield and the strikers, when you play with two strikers, they separate to the left and right hand side of which side they do play. So Alexandre Pato there would drift a lot over to the right, and Yilmaz would drift a lot over to the left. But as you can see there, both of the cams are in the lam and ram positions basically. So the hug line, they touch the hug line. They hug the touchline quite a lot, especially Wesley Sneijder. He hugs that touchline like that motherfucker wants to get subbed. Now, I've played with this team for 4 games. I will show you the highlights and maybe the goals we did concede after this. But with me having slow cams, especially with Wesley Sneijder, 78 pace. Is that what he's got? He seemed fucking slow, but he does really seem slow. He's not very good at tracking back as well. So when you're pushing up with Emmanuelson, Sneijder, Yilmaz and Alexandre Pato, you do leave a massive gap for the guys to attack down the wings. And also if you do pull Fellaini and the other DM up as well, you leave yourself open to a lot of fucking attacks, and it did cost us a few times, as you'll see in the highlights. The positives: you can fucking attack. You can have basically you can turn this into a 4-2-4 formation. It's one of the formations which isn't in FIFA 13. I don't know if it's been in any FIFAs for a long time, but it was a really beastly one. I know when I played clubs back in FIFA 11 and 12, it was actively used a lot to drown out the opposition's defence. It is a formation they should bring back, is 4-2-4. But otherwise, it's just a bog standard 4 at the back formation, and I don't find anything different really. I'll still say that 5-2-2-1 is a lot better for playing the counter-attacking football. You can maybe play this formation as passing around and getting a lot more people involved, letting the strikers make the runs before picking off that final pass. But in defensive wise, it'll leave you open a lot, especially down that wings. And if you pick the wrong personas in the wrong positions, then you'll be left you'll be left fucked really, especially with me choosing Sneijder there. I did notice he's a good player, but he did cost us a few times over the 4 games. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is talk you through the highlights of the games we did play in Division 1, and also give you like a final rundown of the formation itself. Remember, if you lot have any different thoughts to what I think about the formation, feel free to let your voices known in the comments. So I'll be back in a sec. So these are the highlights of some of the games from Division 1. Some of them are nice goals, some of them are basically showing you like here. It's a crossing formation. You run down the wings with 2 cams. Cams usually have some nice crossing and passing stats, as well as pace. Sneijder doesn't really, but we do cross it in and Yilmaz puts it on his head. So here's a nice goal with Emmanuelson. This is what I was talking about before, how much of a hidden talent he is. Not only did he score goals like this, but he just felt really agile and a bit of a beast player. Here he is scoring another nice goal as well. The only thing which does let him down is his lack of skill, so you're going to have to sell people with a fake shot. Does work, and we do score a few goals with him. So the main problem I did find with this team and the player I did choose, which was Sneijder, was the real disappointment in this team. He was very, very isolated. Like if you look in the replay now there, you can see him up by the touchline. What the fuck is he even doing there? Weird little child. But yeah, he's a hug line toucher, and that is a bit of a shame, even though we are going to finish off this video with a nice goal from him. But here we are doing something wrong with this formation. Fellaini should not be scoring. If you play with this formation, do not bring the DMs forward like I did, because it will cost you severely. So here's a goal with Sneijder. I'll leave that on in the background. So guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, please leave it a like, comment in the section below, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and remember to check out FIFAcointraders.com. Their link is in the description. And also guys, comment in the section below what formation you want to see done next, and until next time, I will see you again.